El alcalde de Rurrenabaque ha confirmado la muerte de 3 personas.
Las intensas lluvias en el municipio de Rurrenabaque provocaron el derrumbamiento de uno de los cerros que se encuentra en la falda de la ciudad, enterrando más de 25 viviendas. Según el reporte brindado por el alcalde de esta ciudad, Yerko Núñez, se ha lamentado la pérdida de 3 vidas humanas. Hay emergencias, trabajan coordinadamente en la zona defensa civil, naval, además de la colaboración de máquinas pesadas en la búsqueda de los sobrevivientes.
It was a pretty bad situation. Water had washed out many homes. We saw people living, they had to take their belongings from the house to the road, living under a tarp beside the pigs, the chicken, water on their feet.
One of the streets was flooded and there's people in their homes and their homes filled with water. All their stuff was ruined. The people were pretty desperate, pretty in need of help, pretty rough.
La condición era siempre como de extrema necesidad, pero era distinto en distintos lugares.
When we first got there, I was thinking that a few people would come up to get water. But then I realized right away that lots and lots of people were coming and bringing their buckets, and you could tell that a lot of people were thirsty, and that everyone in the city was being affected by this flood, and not just the people at the houses were flooded, but because of the landslides and everything, everyone needed water.
On the first day, we were only going to give out few little bits of water to church members, and like that was really about it until we stopped at this one grocery store, because that's where this guy lives who we know, because he always like helps us out with anything we need to do. He's actually a volunteer here. So we were going to give his family water, so we stopped to buy the house, not a house, but a little supermarket. And then just people started seeing that we were giving out water, and people started like running up down the street, agua, agua, agua.
We recently put in a well at our property here at Familia Feliz, and we were very fortunate because this happened right before the flood, and we have a lot of clean water. We have a pump too, so what we started doing was, we have clean water, the city doesn't, so we were bringing truckloads and truckloads of water to give out to the people there in Rure.
We started going out to the town to help last Sabbath, so it's been about a week now. For 5 days we delivered water. I think, trying to calculate, I think it was about 35,000 liters that we took into town. We also helped with the Navy base, the Civil Defense, and the Army base, working in cooperation with the Mayor's office to get supplies to other towns, tents, shelters. So the Lord had opened up several doors for us to be able to go out and help the people in need.
And we'd go to some people's houses, and we would just set our tanks up, and people would come with their buckets, and we would fill their water.
know, God is amazing, and every time that you see that you have seen it, or you think that you've seen it all or experienced it all, something else happens. Just last week, closing up our campaign with the military base, you have this spiritual high because you get to see the harvest, and you know, you come down off of that high, and here's another opportunity that God has opened up to use us. You get to see that His ways are higher than ours, like Isaiah 55 says.
One of the things that every missionary wants to do is they want to make an impact, and they want to help the people that they're there serving. So this is really a good way to really reach out and help, and we are providing a necessary need, was water, and also when we were there, people were asking who we are, what we're about, what we believe, and it was a good way to share also what we believe in.
We feel now, as we move forward, that Familia Feliz will have a much greater opportunity to spread the gospel, to influence our community. And it's amazing how God used something as basic as water to allow us to introduce the gospel to many people who are in such desperate need. So we praise the Lord for the opportunity, even in such really difficult, devastating conditions. We're just so happy that we're able to help humanity in this small way in this part of the world.
Pouring from our empty souls, for in the flame of our ambition dies away among the ashes remaining. Whatever we leave behind, there is no peace we find. For where is hope when the final light is fading away? We cry out for an end to this frustration and despair.
I think one experience, or I guess kind of a combination of experiences, was just seeing the look in the people's eyes when we were giving them water, something that they were missing, something they were lacking, and they would just say, "Thank you very much," you know, and their eyes were just so happy just to have one little container of water, fresh, clean water they can drink.
We were handing out water, and this little girl comes running up, has her little kitchen pot, playset pot, whatever, and asked us to fill the water up for her. And so we put her water in a thing, and she just immediately gulps it down, you know, it's running down her face, and she just had this look of happiness, of contentment, that I think is going to stay in my mind for a while.
Lo que me impactó fue que yo llevaba en mi mochila unos libritos para entregarles, que es del resumen del conflicto de los siglos, y yo pensaba, no, en esta situación las personas quieren agua, no quieren un librito. Entonces yo le empezaba a entregar los libritos, y había gente que todavía no había alcanzado a darle el librito y me decía, y a mí no me va a dar un librito, yo quiero un librito. Y en otra circunstancia también, que fue estaba con uno de los niños que los habíamos llevado al hospital, y él quería entregar a todos los niños, le quiero entregar a ese niño, le quiero entregar a aquel niño. Y los niños también querían recibir. Eso en realidad me impactó porque no solamente había sed de agua, sino que se ve, Dios conoce los corazones y Él sabe que esa gente tiene sed de otra cosa.
Being there was something I never experienced. It was kind of like something you see in the news, you know, people handing out water, everyone's crowding around the truck, you know, give me water, and you know, at times people were getting kind of rude and maybe sometimes a little desperate, people kind of pushing around and shoving. It was kind of scary at times, but not really too scary.
It was really nice to be able to go into town and have a reason to be able to connect with the people and actually be going and helping them in a way that they were actually needing our help.
Well, in my personal life, it made me feel good to be doing stuff for the people out here. It would make me feel better, going to sleep feeling better, waking up feeling better, like, hey, I was helping people the other day. And, you know, it's not really things that people get to say that they do all the time.
Es una satisfacción difícil de describir, pero es así como te queda así un ancho acá dentro de lindo.